Welcome to P English Literature, a YouTube channel that conveys Amazon, Goodreads, blog, and video book reviews coupled with interviews with authors. It's a perfect channel for book lovers, authors, and writers generally. P English Literature, the exact channel for you and me. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel at P English Literature. It's been a while since I make video book review and I'm back, and I'm gonna show you this book that I'll be talking about today, The Golden Art Club by Cinda K. It's actually an interesting read. I love it. It is very, very nice. It is wholeheartedly very interesting. It is mind-blowing, and when I was reading through it, I couldn't believe that I was reading a fiction novel. It looks like a non-fiction, and I was like, wow, how could someone come up with this fantastic book? Okay, before I move into that, I want to show you some books that I'm looking forward to reading, and I have here Curse of the Frog by Madam Krista Butterfly. I got a copy of it today together with When Tears Leave Scars by Alison K. Dagny, a true story of triumph over emotional abuse. I'm looking forward to reading it and reviewing it also on this channel. I also have here Inferno of Silence by Tolu A. Akemi. I'm looking forward also to reading it and reviewing it on this channel also. And here, Never Play Games with the Devil. I love the title. It's also from the same author as this Inferno of Silence. So it's basically from the same author, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Curse of the Frog Prince and When Tears Leave Scars by Alison K. Dagny. So I'm gonna be talking about The Golden Art Club by Cinda K. I love this book so much. It is absolutely fantastic. But before I move into my review on this book is actually going to be a spoiler-free review. I won't be talking too much about it, but I'm going to say it in a kind of a way that I'm going to leave you in the verge of wanting to get checked out for yourself, wanting to get a copy of yourself on Amazon. The book is available on Amazon for a few dollars. If you would like to get a copy after watching my review, be sure to do that. I'll leave a link in the description part of this video if you'd like to get a copy directly from Amazon. So before I talk about this book in a swift manner, I want to read to you the synopsis that was inscribed at the back page of the book. So, The Golden Art Club is an inspiring story about love, where showing compassion toward others becomes a magical experience and changes people's life, even when they are strangers. This spicy family saga takes you on a sensual, whispering journey that shares the bond between two sisters, the generosity of strangers, and portrays a family devotion to their homestead and the horses they raise. The adventure of Kate and Megan Summers on a cross-country road trip lays the foundation for unexpected situation and lifelong friendship when a warm-hearted American Indian woman, a jovial Southern housekeeper, the intrigue of a California horse ranch, and a loving family all merge into a lively and emotional story about the strength of family bond, the power of hope, and finding love when it is least expected. Impulsive detours lead them to an unlikely destination, and things get complicated when the train passes on a California horse ranch. Suddenly, they are entangled with a family of pharmaceutical empire that also include a world of deception and family struggle. But when a tragic accident threatens to destroy many lives, the family unites to help a young woman they hardly know. This is a wonderful story. I love it, and my love for it won't allow me. I feel like talking about the story from the beginning to the end because of my love for it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it and wanting to leave you in the verge of wanting to get a copy for yourself on Amazon. Okay, before I move into my short recommendation and book review of this book, I want to read to you about the author page that was also inscribed at the back page of the book. So this is Cinda K's novel. She grew up in Galeon, Ohio, with three brothers and one sister, and generation of family all living nearby. She now lives in the woodland, Texas, which she calls the best little big town in Texas. So this story, The Golden Art Club, details the adventure of two sisters called Kate and Megan. They actually began this journey with something like, like they're having a trip, like a journey, just like a pleasurable trip, which they do not know that was actually going to lead them to their destinies. I left a review of this book on Amazon with a caption that it is adventurous. It's a story of love, it's a story of pain, and it's really an interesting novel. In our world today, in our contemporary world today, there are actually a lot of wickedness, a lot of cruelty growing everywhere, almost everywhere in all the nations of the world. And this Golden Art Club is a novel that told the life of two sisters that were actually going on a journey from their hometown in Ohio to cross country and even to California. And at the point of their journey, they always meet different people because they're actually strangers, and it is actually very fascinating that the way these two sisters are often received by strangers is actually very enthralling, it is absorbing, and their life issues, like their kind of relationship with the strangers, sometimes often leave me in a state of hell. And I was like, wow, this is actually very interesting. Okay, I folks love the experience that Megan and Kate had with the Indian American woman, which they met while they journey across this long voyage. The Indian woman actually treats them as if it's their own daughter, and I'm actually very shocked when Kate fell sick. And the reaction of this woman was very, very warming, and I was like, I wish this sort of people still exist in the world. So the story kept moving on until they move on their journey from one instance to the other. They win some lottery. From the other instance, they meet a lot of people, and they were able to react and relate with several number of people. Now the story kept moving to the point whereby I won't say the mistakenly, because I think it's still under the journey of their fate, of their destiny. They move into an horse ranch where they're actually going to meet another people like Luke and Jay, which the story, from this point, the story keep moving in a wonderful manner. I don't want to talk about this book to the very end because I don't want to spoil it, but I find something very interesting about it. I find some things relating to the philosophy of the human fate being expressed in the book. I also find something related to, how we often, or how we need to pass on bit of kindness from one person to another, because this world is actually full of cruelty. There's a lot of information contained in this book, which I'm actually going to leave you to want to get a copy of yourself on Amazon. There is also a feature that I find very enthralling while reading through this book. It's the fact that it's read like a romantic novel. It is sensual, it is emotional, it is expressional, and I also find something very interesting about it, and that's the plot twist and the characterization. I love the way the story is set up, and it depicts something that I would even love to utilize or look after, even as a soon-to-be novelist. I love it. As they journey through this part, one of the sisters had a bad accident that leads to a memory loss. And I don't know, I would like you to want her to check out here in this section if she was able to survive the accident. It actually led to a memory loss. She couldn't remember where she's coming from. She couldn't remember where she's going to. She couldn't remember people that she has met in parks. She couldn't even remember her home parent. How was she able to survive it? Being the protagonist, Kate Megan, how was she able to survive it? I'm gonna leave you in the verge of wanting to get a copy of this book on Amazon and eventually check out if these sisters survived their journey if it leads to their fate, and how are they able to overcome all the obstacles that they encountered on the way. This is a wonderful story. It's an emotional story. It is very absorbing. It is a love sort of story, and I cannot just put it down until I finish it. I would have narrated this story, but I just don't want to do so. I don't want to give it a spoiler review, and that's why I want to talk about it in a swift manner, in a short manner, wanting you to get a copy of the book on Amazon. It is absolutely fascinating. It is fantastic. It is mind-blowing. It is amazing. If there's any other English words to use to qualify or to describe how great this book is, I would have loved to use it, but I'm short of vocabulary. So I'm gonna leave you in the verge of wanting to get a copy of the Golden Hearts Club by Cinda K. It is available on Amazon. I left a link in the description part of this video for you to check it out if you would like to get a copy of the book. This book is absolutely fantastic. I just don't want to talk about it everything. So if you're watching to this point and you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button over there. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you, and be sure to stay. Thank you so much for watching my video book review of The Golden Art Club by Cinda K. See you in my next video.